Hello, beautiful Leos. This is Karen the Forest Empress. I am here with your April mid-month tarot card reading. I will also be pulling an oracle card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, as well as a witch's rune at the very end to pull the whole reading together. So for Leos, for the third week of April, the first card that we have coming up is the Star. This is a card of insight, understanding. It's saying that there's hope. If there's something that you feel like you've lost hope on, this is saying to not give up hope. It is a wish fulfillment card. So if you have a wish that you've put out there and you're waiting to see a sign or to have that wish fulfilled, this could very well be an indicator that it is going to happen, on its way to happening, or maybe is happening in this third week. This is also a card of really good health, so continue to keep up with your health, take care of yourself, eat well, get active, all that fun stuff. But this is really good. Leos are actually tend to be very healthy people, I think. The second card we have is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This, if it were upright, would be the ultimate wealth card, but when it is reverse, it could be referring to issues with a family legacy or an inheritance. So if you're waiting to hear about an inheritance or something like that, there may be delays. It could also mean that you might not be getting what you thought you were getting, unfortunately, but it's not really anything to be upset about because we do have the Star there too. The overall reading is very good. Even though this Ten of Pentacles is reversed, it might just mean that you may need a little more patience in terms of money. And it can also mean, the Ten of Pentacles also has a lot to do with, like I said, legacy, so also tradition. There could be something, there was a tradition in your family or something like that that could have been stifling new thoughts. And in this case, it would actually be better to kind of go out with the old and in with the new. So if a tradition is no longer serving you, I would recommend maybe trying out a new tradition or making a new one with your family, or doing something that is just brand new and maybe not the way you've been doing things, because sometimes the way that we do things for so long get outdated, and then it's time to kind of open the door for something new. We also have the Queen of Cups. This could be a person that you will be coming across in the third week of April. This is likely a water sign and most likely a female. So the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And or it could be somebody who embodies the traits of this Queen of Cups. It's someone who is very artistic, imaginative, intuitive, loyal, devoted, and also can be a little bit emotional. But this is somebody who is upright this week, and she is on your side. So if you come across a woman who embodies these traits, I would pay attention to what she has to say and listen to her. Or you might just be having a really nice time with this person in the third week of April. Now, in the fourth week of April, we have the first card coming up. You guys have a lot of major arcana. You have the Star. Well, I guess only two. You have people too. You have a lot of people too. So there's one more person we'll talk about in just a minute. But the first card we'll talk about in the fourth week of April is the Moon. This is a card to use your intuition and not your fear. So come from a place of intuition and not fear. Everything is going to turn out well. If you happen to be involved in a clandestine love affair, this is a very favorable card for that. So, maybe the person in question here, maybe it is this Queen of Cups, or maybe it's, somebody else if you're a girl. But this is saying that, to pay attention. Things may not be what they seem. So just kind of try to use your own intuition as much as possible. So the Moon can make things a little cloudy, and they can kind of put us in this little bit of la la land where you maybe don't really know what's going on. But I would do your best to kind of see through whatever is veiling your situation that this is referring to. Also, in the fourth week of April, we have the Page of Cups. Pages represent news. It could also be a younger person in your life. Maybe if you have a kid who's a water sign, or a kid who embodies the traits of the Page of Cups, which would be kind of a little bit of an emotional kid, but he is emotionally vulnerable, but he does need a lot of affection. So it could be referring to your kid if you have children. Or if you don't, it could just be referring to receiving news of an emotional nature. Maybe you could be receiving news about your clandestine love affair or about your lover. But just pay attention to this guy because it's news that I think will be very interesting to you when this appears in the 4th week. We also have, for the last card, the 8 of Wands in reverse. And this could mean that there are some delays or unexpected hitches in whatever you're dealing with, whether it be in your career or in your love relationship. It could be referring to this clandestine love affair. Maybe it is going to be a little while before you kind of get past that veil, what we were talking about with the Moon card. This can also be, you know, be aware of being envious of other people. Everybody has their own things to offer. Everybody is on their own path. So if it seems like people are getting things that you want, then it just means that you're bringing those things closer to you. So it does, you know, people do tend to take things personally when they're like, hey, I wanted that. And then I see on social media that this person has that. But it actually is a good thing if you have people who are around you having success, because it means that it's that much closer to you and it's that much within your grasp. So just try to be happy for other people rather than feeling envious. And you know, there's a difference between envy and jealousy. People always kind of use them interchangeably, but the way I know them to be is that, you know, if you're envying, you want what someone else has, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want them to have it. Whereas if you are jealous, you flat out don't want that person to have it and you want to be the only one that has it, kind of thing. So this is more in regards to envy. So just remember that you are an exceptional person in yourself and you don't need to Leos are so powerful. My daughter is a Leo and she is 2 years old and she is the most strong-willed, powerful person that I have ever met in my entire life. And this is only from being 2.5 years on this planet. And it's just, I'm always in such admiration of her strength and her power that, and I see this in all Leos because I'm a Pisces. I absolutely love Leos. All my best friends are Leos, and it's just because I just love their energy that they have, and nothing really gets them down, and they are just so loyal. And I could just gush about Leos all day, but I'll try to keep it short for now. So this card can also mean, you know, a little bit of jumping the gun. So if there's something that you feel envious about or something that you feel upset about, this would kind of, you know, serve as a warning to don't go on social media and post about it, or don't, like, if you're mad about something or you feel really emotional in the minute, in the second that this is happening, don't jump on social media and post about it, because you might end up getting in a fight with someone about it, or someone may take offense that you didn't mean for them to take it that way. And you might end up taking that post down. So just kind of take a second, think about it, and you'll probably realize that you maybe just want to keep this one to yourself. Let's pull a wisdom from the Hidden Realms Oracle. Let's see what we have for Leo for the last 2 weeks of April. We have the Ice Queen. I actually pulled this one for Pisces too. So let's take a look at her. She's very beautiful. She's having a nice nap. This is ideas preserved, which is what we just talked about. It also can go along with the idea of, and I talked about this in another video for another sign, I forget which one, but it's don't share your goals with other people. Keep those close to your heart, and then when the time is right, then you can announce it when you have everything squared away. So this also can be non-action or entitlement. That could go along with the envy part, but you know what you're entitled to, and you know your self-worth, and don't let anybody tell you differently. And let's look up in the book what this has to say. Ice Queen 78, even though I already read it, let's just look it up again. So the Ice Queen is saying to kind of take a minute to, you know, everything might seem like it's frozen right now. Take a second to thaw it out before you act. And not everything can be accomplished right in this moment. Some things take time, and some things are better done at the exact right time. So if things aren't coming together the way you would like them to, just remember that it is in your greatest and highest good. It is not to try to frustrate you or anything like that. It's just that sometimes things need to happen in the time that they are supposed to happen. Let's pull a Witch's Rune for Leo. We have Where are you? This is the Flight rune. It's ruled by Mercury. Mercury has a lot to do with communication. And that came about where we were talking about not to post things on social media until you're totally sure about them. So that could be to kind of watch your communication. And it also can say it could be a bringer of news as well, which came up with the Page of Cups. So in these last 2 weeks of April, you might be getting some great news, or just news in general about something that could really change your perspective on things or make just a huge difference in how you approach these last 2 weeks of April. So thank you so much, beautiful Leos. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in May. Thanks. Bye.